Okay, if you saw a kid just laying in the snow bridge like Zabuza felt Haku, would you take Haku or would you just leave him to die? What would you do?
I take Haku.
And do what with him when
I mean, I'll leave him to die. It's none of my business, man.
Damn.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your boy RTL Faith, and we are back with another episode of Kickback Anime Discussions, and we are rounding out the Naruto talk with the best Naruto backstory of all time, and we got a tournament bracket for that. So, we got plenty of guests here today to talk about this great topic. Starting off with Ko. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey guys.
Alright, go ahead, Adam Extra.
Hey guys.
Alright, go ahead, Felix.
Hello everyone, great to be alive today.
Great indeed, great indeed. Alright, go ahead, Sakura.
It's time to duel.
That was cringe.
Alright, go ahead, Teebry.
Greetings, fellow humans.
What?
Only the humans. If you're not a human, don't listen to this video. Click off right now. And
Yeah, I'm the Mechian.
last but not least, go ahead, Zoid.
Konnichiwa.
Alright. So, we got all our guests here today. We're about to talk about the best Naruto backstories. You know, Naruto's kind of famous for their backstories, so this should be a great discussion. So, first matchup we have here is Itachi Uchiha's backstory versus Yamato. Not Yamamoto. Yamato's backstory.
Yamamoto.
Itachi. Better record.
Itachi.
It's obviously Itachi.
Why
is this? This is not even
You made it so easy.
7-0.
You made it so
Yamato's
easy,
was
though.
sad, but it wasn't.
That wasn't even fair,
Better
Who
man.
is Yamato? I forgot who he was.
Jeez.
He's the substitute, sensei for Team 7.
I forgot
He
did
was
that.
only
It was
really one
I
person.
mean, his backstory is kind of similar to like Kakashi's and Itachi's and Minato's kind of. All right, next backstory tournament round. Hopefully this doesn't go as quick. We got Rock Lee's backstory and Sasori's backstory from
Lee's is better.
Sasuke.
Broccoli.
Sasori's backstory.
Man, I'm fighting for Sasori.
Oh,
Sasori.
Yeah,
What's going on?
Yeah.
Roughly
Wait,
Korean.
Come on, man. I'm the only one who said Lee.
I said Lee.
Yeah, because your weak Lee's shit.
Damn.
No, he's...
Wait. Nothing wrong with Lee's backstory. But Sasori, man, that's some good shit. Some well-written backstory for a character that's
Especially
like...
made his parents as puppets.
Did we just?
Yeah, man, it was so sad.
I mean,
Okay, wait, no, I don't think it was 6-1.
And
I
especially
think
his
two
death
people.
was sad as well.
who else voted? For Lee?
Sasori's was depressing, but Rock Lee's was more realistic.
I mean, Rock
Yeah,
Lee-
but is that...
Let's talk about
Rock Lee
the
is more realistic.
But
Sasuke
we're-
is more depressing.
We're arguing about best, so that could be either way. Realistic or sad.
So we'll make a video about
Depends on
Sasori's
what-
backstory is the best.
Rock Lee. I mean, there's not really much to his backstory. I mean, yeah, he kind of.
Rock Lee's is
I-
more simplistic. Rock
There
Lee's
isn't a
more
lot to
simplistic.
his backstory other than him just struggling.
Yeah,
To-
his character...
Kenjutsu and all that shit.
Yeah. A lot of his character happened, like, present time.
Sasori was more
Because
darker,
it's his genetics from his father.
but Sasori's was more darker. He experimented on children as he got more psycho.
Yeah,
The mother
his
probably was a
fuck.
prostitute, but-
The mother-father puppets, like, hugging him because he... Oh my god, bro. That was the best backstory for a villain. That
I wish we
fucking-
could have seen him dissect humans.
Dude, he was a straight-up serial killer. That was his backstory.
Who's Sasuke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Orochimaru.
Like Jeff.
We literally watched him.
The reason...
Sasori is literally the Orochimaru of the Sand Village.
Pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. They're basically the same.
Yeah.
He even Sasha even said we did work together. I mean, Orochimaru.
Right.
Okay, get quiet again.
All right, so it seems Sasori just cleaned. I mean, it's not a sweep. You know, we got one vote. So
I like Lee's, but I think Sorcerer's was just.
Wait, I said Lee too.
yeah, so one person said Lee.
Cole said Lee too.
We're not leaving you
Wait,
out
Cole,
yet.
you said Lee as well?
Yeah, I said Lee.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
but
Let's
Sasori's the
put some
one.
respect on his name.
I think I'm gonna go with Sorcerer this one, but Rock Lee's is
Yeah.
Rock Lee's is
Yeah.
still more personal,
Sasori
but
has better
Sorcerer had-
reasoning, but
it was
I would
more.
agree.
It was more.
Well,
I feel like it went more deeper than Rock Lee's.
One at a time,
True.
people. One at a time.
Next one.
All right, so next matchup we got here
Ooh.
is
Okay.
Nagato's backstory versus.
I'd be surprised if
Kaku's
this isn't a sweep.
backstory.
Nagato, I think.
Yeah, I'm
It's
voting
Nagato.
Yeah, this is-
Nagato
Definitely
versus-
Nagato.
Nagato versus
Nagato's is better. Haku's is kind of like, it's kind of generic. I kind of have already seen that backstory.
Hakuto.
Hakuto,
Haku's backstory was sad, but like it didn't like it was like so short for I don't feel like everyone felt for him, but the amount of time that we got about
I thought it was
Haku,
girl, to be honest.
I mean, everybody thought it was a girl at the beginning.
it has a, Nagato's was better.
Nagato's
Nagato's was absolutely better. Nagato's was absolutely
Yeah.
better.
Nagato's
Nagato's
is
pain.
Yeah.
so much
It's
deeper
Nagato.
than Haku's, for sure.
I mean, like
Damn.
Yada
Is that another
Haku's
clean
backstory was
sweep?
sad, but
Haku
like
cute.
it wasn't fleshed out. It wasn't fleshed out enough.
Such a trap.
I mean, Hagato is a very sexy trap.
Okay. If you saw a kid just laying in the snow bridge like Zabuza felt Haku, would you take Haku or would you just leave him to die? What would you do?
I take Haku.
And do what with him when
I mean, I'll leave him to die. It's none of my business, man.
damn.
Bye, kid.
All right,
Eat the snow.
7-0.
Eat the yellow snow.
Overhaul a lot like Haku.
All right,
Overhaul.
this might be a more interesting discussion. Next matchup, we got Neji's backstory
Guys.
with the Hyuga
Guys.
clan, and we got Gaara's
It'll be on one.
backstory with the Hidden
Gaara's is a little
Sand
bit better.
Village.
We got who?
Gaara's
I'm
is a little
searching the
bit
wrong
better.
one then.
We got who? We got
I'm
who?
searching for Minato and Sonies.
Hold on. What did you say? Who do we have?
We got Neji,
Neji and
I said
Gaara.
Gaara's a little bit better.
Neji's backstory versus whose?
Gaara.
Yeah, I gotta say
Gaara's a
Gaara.
little bit better though. That's on
As much as-
All
Gaara-
right, let's actually
Gaara had a
break
better
these two backstories.
His
down.
backstory was too weak, bro. That's how
Gaara had a better backstory.
Neji's is just like, oh yeah, I'm from the side.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
I mean,
hold
it's
on.
not that simple. It's not that he's just.
Like,
from the
Gaara's
side.
dad
Bro,
tried to
his
kill.
literal uncle tried to kill him. That's
Neji's
And
father got
Neji's
killed.
dad
And the
protected his whole
father.
clan.
Yeah, Neji's
And
Neji's
father
dad
got
protected
Yeah,
the whole
like-
clan.
like Gaara didn't have a good life.
They-
Neji had a sort of good life.
But his father died to protect everyone.
From the
I would
other
say-
side, the other branch.
But his father chose to die.
But it's
His
not.
father chose to die.
alright, I mean, you got to look at it into the context of the story. It's not all about
Hiyashi
who
was a
got
better
more
father.
deaths in their backstory. You know, that doesn't mean that's automatically a good backstory.
Gaara's.
Gaara had the worst father, the worst uncle.
Gaara
I
suffered
mean,
more
yeah,
than
Gaara, we seen him, like, grow up as this kid that, like, everyone just fucking hated.
And,
I mean, just like Naruto, but-
blamed,
Gaara suffered more than
the
Naruto.
mother's death.
Yeah, honestly, Gaara's story is, like, Naruto's, but, like, even darker because, like, they were actually trying to kill him. Like, they actually wanted him dead, his own
And
family
he still
members.
didn't have anybody when Naruto slowly got the respect he wanted. He still never had it.
He had that ramen dude though.
He had the ramen dude. He had the ramen dude in Iruka. He had the ramen dude in Iruka.
Ramen.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly gonna vote for Gaara as well, but like Neji deserves
He's like Naruto.
some
but-
respect to his backstory. Yeah, what's up?
I felt like Rock Lee and Neji's backstory should have been a better chosen.
Hey, Code,
No, I was
do you
gonna
want to say
say,
something?
as much as I like Neji, I have to go with Gaara. He has more to him than
Yeah.
Neji's backstory.
What? You're not agreeing with
Gaara.
Neji?
I mean, Gaara's backstory is definitely kind of parallel to Naruto's, which makes it very compelling. But Neji's backstory is also very interesting. You know, being part of the side family, having his father died, not being able to escape his destiny at the very beginning, put a curse mark on him. Like, there are a lot of things that happened in Neji in his childhood, and like the whole political situation being part of a Hyuga clan. But
They were
it's
forgotten.
Gaara. It's Gaara.
Yeah, at the end of the
That's
day,
true.
it's Gaara.
Gaara.
Yeah.
All right.
Gaara.
So, hey, we respect you, Neji, but it's kind of a 7-0.
I love Neji, but
Yeah. All right. Next matchup.
Brilliant alert! Brilliant!
We got Minato's backstory and Sai's
Minato.
backstory.
Minato.
Size.
Wait.
I like
you
Sai
say?
better, honestly.
Oh, okay. Let's
Especially
talk about
killing
this.
his,
Let's talk
brother.
about this.
Wait.
His brother, though.
Minato
Wait.
didn't really have a backstory.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yes.
It was so
That's
small.
when he
He had a
saved,
huge backstory with the entire
Kushina.
with him, Kushina, the entire
yeah,
backstory with
yeah,
before
yeah.
Naruto.
He
was
saved
born.
the- he saved-
It's just a
he
fake
saved the
girl.
He saved the girl and he protected the leaf, but like Sai's character was just it really makes
Bruh,
you
you
think.
gotta
It really makes you
include
think.
the stuff before Naruto. That goes into his backstory as well. Like before Naruto was born, the entire like Leaf Village being attacked.
Yeah, but
that's
Naruto
also part of his
didn't do
backstory.
anything like that. He always got beaten up by Sakura.
What does that have to do with Minato's backstory?
I don't know.
Minato. I don't even know Minato.
All right.
Minato's backstory was great, but I just think Sai had a more deeper meaning.
All right, let's start off by who wants to talk about Sai's backstory.
I do.
Besides backstory, I think it's pretty.
He was
Teebry.
taken away.
Well,
he was
Teebry said he wanted to talk about it, so go ahead.
So listen. Here's the thing about Sai's backstory. So Sai is basically he was brainwashed by the Roots or the Foundation, whatever you want to call it. And like they forced him to build this bond with his quote unquote brother, right? And they literally did this on purpose so that when the time came for him to have, they had to kill one another. So one of them had to kill the other, and then whoever lived was the one who kind of like graduated into the main route or whatever. I can't fully remember what the details were, but the point is him being brainwashed and then having like to build a bond. Like they knew that he was going to build a bond with this other kid. It was just so dark, and that's just so like that's just such a twist to have. Like, okay, now you have to kill each other after like building this bond. And I don't think that.
Yeah, his character was more deeper than Minato's. His character was more
Didn't
deeper.
Sai's brother let him kill him? Didn't Sai's brother let him kill him?
Yeah,
No, his brother was sick.
he was sick, and
He took his own life.
Oh, so he pulled an Itachi, basically.
No.
Yeah.
Kind of,
In a
but
way.
not.
The only time when
Oh,
King like, building all them kids and then like training them and then fucking killing them afterwards. And, like, one
yeah, it sounds a
team
lot like
deathmatch.
Itachi and Sasuke.
Minato's backstory is more heroic than that.
Well, Sai is
Yeah.
definitely very kind of.
The thing about Minato's backstory is I feel like it's pretty generic in general, where it's like, okay, yeah, the hero saved the village and then he died, and he was also your father. That just
I
seems like
thought
something that.
What-
Plus,
I mean, what
He
I
should've
like
just
about
used
the
Sai's
backstory.
Sai's is more complex. That's why I like Sai's better.
Wait, hold on. Anybody
has
else
some
want to
important
talk about
backstory down
Minato's
there.
backstory?
Minato didn't really have a depressing life even before he met Kushina. He was always happy, right? He always had a smile.
Yeah, like, he didn't really go through
Not everything.
It doesn't have to be depressing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not all backstories have to be depressing.
Dude,
But
his parents was there though.
oh my goodness,
there?
we didn't actually
They were there.
we didn't meet Minato's parents. That's kind of.
We didn't even know who Hashirama's son is.
True.
There's a lot we don't know.
Kishimoto.
Yeah, we need
Well,
that. We
wave
need that
two
knowledge,
horse,
bro.
if you
Who's
get
Tsunade's
revealed.
parents?
We don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know.
I made a video
Or
before talking about everything we don't know.
Kamahama's parents were mentioned in
Yeah,
the
there's
manga.
plot holes for sure, but Naruto's still great.
I don't think that's a plot hole. That's just misinformation
Wait,
about
what about freaking?
family.
It could have
What
like a
about
little
Hinata's mom?
photo though in
Sure.
Uzumaki's house though.
All right, so
Yeah,
let
we
me.
barely know any clan members of the Uzumaki. Really, we barely know any.
I mean, we know Naruto, Nagato, Karen, Naruto.
Karen.
And Hashirama's
Karen.
wife.
Okay. I'm going with
Hashirama's
Sai.
wife.
I'm going with
Wait,
I'm
we're
going
not
with Sai.
done. We're not. I gotta talk about Minato's backstory, bro. Relax. Hold on. Wait a
Yeah, size is
second.
better.
Hold on.
I'm just
Wait
gonna
a
say size
second.
better.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna say about Minato's backstory. Like, size is definitely darker, but what I like about Minato's backstory because it sheds a lot of light on a lot of things regarding the past with the Nine Tails attack, which is was very interesting because we knew that the Nine Tails attacked
True.
and everybody hated Naruto and everything, but we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know exactly how the fourth died. We don't know exactly how Naruto actually obtained the Nine Tails. And Minato's backstory is very intertwined with all of that, and we learn all of that through his backstory itself. We learn about Obito, how he did everything in that attack. And we learned
Right.
we got to see the fight between Obito and Minato, which was pretty interesting. There was a little intelligence with Obito using the chains and then Minato kind of outsmarting him, which is very cool to see. Let's be honest regarding that. But overall, I just like that we were able to shed a lot of light on a situation that was brought up in early Naruto a lot, with everybody fearing Naruto and everything. And with that said, I think that overshadows like anything Sai's backstory had. And I love filling that information, learning all about that. So I'm definitely
Because he was
voting.
built up.
Yeah, so I'm definitely voting for Minato's backstory and all the knowledge we learned about.
Because it shows. Because it solves some
Sorry.
unanswered questions.
Yeah.
That's why you like his backstory.
Okay, hold up
even
though.
more than
Let
that,
me
it
say
gave us
something.
all the entire situation of how the Nine Tails attack happened, who did it, and like how Naruto obtained the Nine Tails. All of that.
And
was
how depressing their deaths was.
Well,
See,
feel like
I
that goes-
agree.
yeah, that goes sort of to
and then we
Obito's
got
backstory.
Minato's death and Kushina's death in that attack as well.
I agree that Minato's
Well,
Minato
backstory
didn't
is
die, honestly. Minato
probably the
didn't
most
die,
important.
And a few ninjas knew the truth there with Lord Third. But
Yeah,
most of them-
exactly. So nobody
Lord
knew the
Third
truth,
and
and we were able
Danzo.
to learn the truth itself.
But I don't think the importance of the backstory translates to what's better writing.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Nah, I mean, I would, from what
I just think
saw,
Sai.
I think
Sai.
I mean, the brother situation is important and all, but I think if I'm comparing the two backstories,
I like how Sai has
I
a
think
good
Minato's
backstory, but then
backstory
like
is
his
better.
character is barely fleshed out.
Sai's backstory is probably most written.
Should we run a
It had
vote?
more
Yeah,
depth. in it.
let's throw the votes
Fine.
out here. All right, so
I'll say
Co, who you
Minato,
vote
but I'll
for?
say Sai.
I'm going with Sai.
I'm
I'm going with Sai.
I'm going with Sai.
All right, let's see, Teebry, who you voting for?
Sai.
Sai.
And then Zoid.
Sai.
Sai, man. Sai.
Alright.
No one respects Sai at all.
Sai.
I mean, he's cool.
Clearly.
Yeah, he has a good
Minato-
backstory. But I feel like his character was kind of wasted on
Oh
him.
yeah, Kishimoto did anything with his character.
Oh,
after
right.
that,
Like-
so-
Awkward.
As I was saying,
We have more to talk about Sai next round.
I still
So
can't believe you gotta leave him.
we got another black
Obito.
story, Obito's backstory, and the entire Naruto timeline backstory, basically with Black Zetsu's backstory.
Black Setsu was like Aizen. Black Setsu's
No,
basically
no,
like
no,
Aizen.
no.
He's like, I control
Yeah,
everything.
why-
He's like, I control
why
everything
do
Black-
now.
people-
No.
Black Setsu's
Stop.
trash.
Bro.
Why do
It's a 7
Bro,
Get
it's-
away.
get out of here.
people always give
Bro.
Aizen, the thumbs up, but when it comes to Black Zetsu, oh no, that one's bad. But like, isn't the same?
Yeah,
Whoa,
exactly.
whoa.
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
what
no.
are we
Planned
saying?
all
He's like,
of
I
these
control
A lot of
everything.
What are we saying?
Everything
He
has
planned
been
all
for
of
me.
Ichigo's fights. Like Black Zetsu planned the whole
No, you
Shinobi
cannot
War.
compare
Yeah, exactly. He
Aizen.
understands what I'm
You
saying.
cannot compare
That's-
Aizen's what Aizen did to Black Zetsu.
No, it
I
really.
get what you mean.
He did!
Yeah,
It
I
really-
understand, but
Yeah,
That's
but the
who
thing,
is-
the big
what
difference
it
is
Oh my god.
that Black Zetsu felt like it was just like written in last minute and like, oh yeah, hey, this guy planned everything. But Aizen was like,
Same for
it
Aizen.
felt
But Aizen was like,
built
oh
up.
yeah, I planned everything.
It was
Yeah,
the
no,
same
I
thing.
believed
It
it.
was the same plan.
No, Aizen didn't plan every single fight. He planned Ichigo, like when he found out about Ichigo, he started like trying to manipulate the situations, kind of trying to get Ichigo stronger and whatever. But Black Zetsu literally just did every plot hole we had. Apparently, Black Zetsu was a part of it. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of alike if you think about it.
no, it's not. No,
No, they are. They are.
they
Like,
are not. No.
Nah.
If we're saying they're alike, I guess, then
Obito's backstory is pretty.
But the difference,
self-revealed.
is that Aizen didn't plan the whole history of Stars.
Because they use Aizen manipulating fights as sort of a plot hole as well. Sort of to fix all the plot holes as well. Same for Black Setsu.
I thought Bleach only has plot holes in the war arc, like Naruto.
Okay, but I think we can all agree that Aizen is a lot cooler than Black Setsu.
I don't like that.
Black Setsu is kind of ridiculous how he did his character at the end.
Bro, he
No,
shouldn't have
we
been
don't
a
talk
character
about
in the
Black
first place.
Setsu.
Get him out of
Don't
here.
bring him out.
Hey,
Bro,
but anyways,
Black
this
Setsu in the
isn't Aizen versus Black Setsu.
Yeah.
It's Black Setsu versus Obito.
All
And I
right.
think that Obito definitely has a better backstory.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Obito.
7-0
better.
sweep. All right.
Dude, he started war over. Never mind.
Next backstory, we got.
So we chose
Obito wins.
Bro,
Obito
it's
wins.
obviously Obito. It's like it wasn't even a debate.
Hashirama's.
Hashirama's
What?
backstory and Tsunade's backstory. Why are you so
Isn't,
surprised with
Tsunade-
Hashirama? Hashirama has a huge backstory.
Tsunade's is Hashirama's best better than Tsunade's.
Tsunade,
They both have huge
Tsunade's
backstories.
Tsunade's is depressing, but Hashirama's more historical.
Yeah, his is better. His is like more.
I like it.
You gotta explain yourself. You gotta say he's better. You gotta explain yourself, bro.
No, Hashirama's backstory is more
He said
historical.
I
like
mean,
the
I like
history of
Tsunade's
Shinobi.
backstory. But Hashirama's is very intertwined with the beginning of the Leaf Village, so.
I think Hashirama's
Yeah.
is better.
I like
Hashirama's better.
Hashirama's.
Anybody want to talk about Tsunade's backstory?
I'll talk about it, but I'm still voting Hashirama.
I mean, she lost two people that she loved dearly.
Wait,
Yeah,
Zoe,
then-
did you say something?
Yeah, her boyfriend called Dan died, and this other kid got killed off.
And she tried to help the Leaf Village with its military boost, whatever. And the third Akage was like, "Yeah, good point, but we're not gonna do it." And then she got all pissed. And I'm like, "Dude, like, listen to your student. Like, she's trying to put an effort, and you're just there sitting on your seat disagreeing. Like, old man, third Akage, do something."
I think the whole point of Tsunade's backstory was kind of like, hey, all these kids, like Dan wanted to be Hokage, and her little brother, or whoever the fuck that was, I can't even remember, wanted to be the Hokage. Yeah, they both wanted to be Hokage, and the whole point, yeah, the whole point that they want to be Hokage was like the whole like pushing force as to why she declined, because like they died and she didn't really believe in that anymore, which is why Naruto came along as she was her backstory was a plot device for Naruto changing her mind to become Hokage at the end of the day. And it was sad, but I think that Hashirama just like there's so much more to it than
Dude, that's
just-
like you watch some Tsunade's hentai.
And it's like one of those fights with like backstory plays so that it gives more emotion to the character. That's basically what Tsunade's ones felt like.
Yeah, I mean,
Hashi-
yeah, it's kind of different. I really do like Hashirama and all the things we learned. So, anybody voting for Tsunade?
I
Uh,
love Tsunade's backstory.
I may vote for
Hashirama's
Tsunade, but I'm
Hashirama.
probably gonna be alone.
Hashirama's more.
You want to vote for Tsunade, Ko? You want to talk about Tsunade a
I'm
little bit more?
voting
You
hash.
about to
Sure.
get eliminated, bro. You might as well.
All
I'm
right.
voting for hash brown.
All right, go ahead, Ko.
What? Like why?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was basically more of the emotion part because like when Hashirama like killed Madara, well, quote unquote killed Madara, like I didn't really feel anything. Like I felt something in Tsunade's backstory, even though
Yeah,
it was like short.
But
Like,
how about
I
the
felt bad for her that she like lost all these things in her life and
But
like
the
all
ultimate,
that.
the
But
ultimate decision that Hashirama had to make between like the village and like his friend that he tried so hard with, like Hashirama
that's
didn't
true,
show any.
too.
He didn't show any emotion, but you could tell like in his mind, I mean his frustration. He didn't want to do it, but he didn't have a choice. Like he said,
yeah,
"It doesn't matter if you're my brother, my family, whatever. Like in the village, I have to kill you. Like I have a whole fleet of people to take care of, and I can't keep doing this." And like I said, it wasn't like he didn't have any emotional like cry fest or anything, but you could tell still he did not want to do it. But he
yeah.
had to. He had to kill Madara.
hmm
It's like
Yeah.
one of
I
the
think,
things.
it's because, I
Like,
think it's because co.hyuga. I think it's because you might be more attached to Tsunade than Hashirama probably.
Probably. I don't know.
Ko,
may be
don't
right.
let them
I mean-
manipulate you.
Characters.
Stick
it's
to
hard to
your
be
guns.
it's hard to be attached to a character that was dead. So I
Yeah,
think
it's
we
hard.
would all be attached to Tsunade more
Yeah,
than
I agree. She won the
Hashirama.
best female character last tournament. I think we're all, attached to Tsunade. Let's be real.
What, because she has big tits?
That is a
Whoa,
factor.
whoa, that's not the only reason.
But it is a factor.
Did you know when Hashirama stabbed Madara, he had his eyes closed?
Dude, Jack gets horny over Bleach characters.
I did not know that.
Chill.
All right, Hashirama probably wins 6-1, I'm guessing, right? I will take that as a yes. All right, so moving on to the last matchup in the first round. We got the Sage of the Six Paths versus Kakashi's backstory.
She would not the flaw. Just use wood style. It helps with everything.
Yeah, but is that his backstory?
Pretty much, like everyone talks about it.
Yeah,
Hashirama sells.
When I think of Hashirama's backstory, I think of wood style.
I don't. Did you guys not hear me? Did I cut
What'd you
out?
say?
Yeah, I think I might have cut it out. All right, I said Hashirama won 6-1, and the last last matchup of the first round, Sage's Six Paths backstory and Kakashi's backstory.
What? Kakashi, dude. I don't like Sage's Six Paths.
Wait,
Yeah, Sage Six Paths
I
is
thought
like,
you
he's
just-
like,
I thought you said Itachi for a
It was a
second.
bit
I was like,
random,
what?
to be honest.
I thought
know
it wasn't his-
it being
that
hinted
was like-
so many times, but it's just a bit random.
Agumoto's backstory is just meh. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yeah,
It's interesting, but it's not really anything special, so...
And
Yeah,
that's when
probably
Kishimoto
Kakashi.
realized I missed.
Kakashi is 100% like special.
like Sage Six Paths, his backstory only really helps with the plot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
but
but
it's a
when
bit random.
Kakashi is on screen, it kind of feels like he's a character sometimes.
Kakashi's backstory literally took up all of Naruto Shippuden. Like, let's be real.
That's good.
Right, but is that Kakashi's backstory or Obito's backstory?
Oh.
I mean, they're
Shoot.
pretty intertwined. You got a point. Obito's backstory was literally, it was like 1/3 is Obito's backstory, 1/3 is Kakashi's, and the other third is the war arc. All right, last matchup of the first round, we get Kakashi's backstory and the Sage of Six Paths backstory. Here, we are
Well-
definitely not, saying, doing this again. So
Oh, we should do an anime chest rank for females. That'd be hilarious.
I am not doing that. I'm sorry.
So
I
no,
am
they-
definitely not doing that.
Wait, no, because you're gonna mention hentai actually.
Yeah. All right. So, is this the 7-0 sweep? Let's be real.
Yeah. Unless anyone's voting for Sage of Six Paths.
Who?
Sage Six Paths is God. So I'm
Can
just...
I just explain myself before everybody starts?
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you
So
gonna vote for the Sage of Six Paths?
No.
Oh.
The Sage of Six Paths story is interesting on a conceptual level, but how it was handled, it
It's
didn't
all
really
good.
need to be implemented. We can understand from it,
Like, we knew
but
too
the
much of it.
issue is that they're aliens.
It was dog shit.
I mean, that's not even.
Welcome to
It's just. It was
Boruto.
just kind of boring. I mean, the alien part
Yeah.
didn't throw me off, but like when he was born
Welcome to
and like.
Boruto.
all that,
Nah,
it was
I like
kinda boring.
Boruto.
Study of Pair, I can't write good filler.
But
Alright.
they
That's the
should've
big
just
problem with
kept
Naruto. That they rely too much on the Otsukis to move the
So
plot.
like I was saying,
Boruto's
They
better
should
than
just-
Naruto.
I'm
Whoa.
going to cut off your vagina.
Can we kick this guy?
What?
Naruto's overrated. Naruto's underrated, bro. People hate him
Why?
for no reason, bro.
No reason.
Why then?
He just
Yeah.
left.
Boruto Zoid, he hated Boruto so much that he changed his name.
Are we going to?
No, I want to talk about Black Clover more.
Bro,
Are we
Black
going to
Clover
the
is
next
great.
character?
Black Clover is great. All right, so
Bro, you guys, never mind.
the first round is done. We are moving on to the second round to some of the better backstories in Naruto. First matchup of the second round, we got Itachi's backstory versus
Itachi.
Sasori's backstory.
Itachi.
Itachi.
Damn.
Itachi.
Anybody want to talk about
Itachi.
Sasori?
I honestly like
Nah,
Sasuke's
Itachi-
backstory better.
All right,
Itachi
let
makes
me-
Sasori
wait,
feel
hold
like-
on, hold on. See, Brian,
See,
explain.
listen, Sasuke's backstory makes sense. Itachi's backstory was kind of full of plot holes. Like, he didn't need to kill his whole family. There was no reason for that. There are so many other ways he could have escaped that fate, but for the sake of the plot, he needed to. They
Kill them.
needed him to kill the whole family.
Yeah.
What if he killed
Plot device.
Danzo and
Lord
Horikoshi?
or Danzo,
I mean,
or
Go ahead, Zord.
He
What you say, Zord?
Well, Donzo would have went after him.
Lord
Donzo would have went after
Third and or Danzo ordered to kill Chiyo's
They-
because they were plotting against.
Hiruzen didn't want to kill them either. He could have just killed Danzo.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you look
Actually,
at it
Danzo
from
could have killed
Itachi's
Uchiha
viewpoint,
like that.
like Itachi didn't know that. Like Itachi was literally just talking to Danzo, bro. Itachi didn't know he was
Although
wasn't part of it.
Itachi gained clarity on this. He just killed and killed.
Like you acting like Itachi had like future vision and that he can just see everything.
What if he pretended to be in the war and he just left his mother and father out to the battlefield? He went back to the house, Sasuke, and just left the village and let his parents die in the war. You know how cold that would be? But he would still live, and Sasuke would be okay.
I'm all in all, I am okay with like what Itachi. I'm not okay with what Itachi did, but it made sense in when it pertains to the storyline. But yeah, Teebry, you said you were at a. Is there anything more you want to explain versus Sasuke's backstory?
Well, I think that Itachi's backstory is more for Sasuke than it is for Itachi.
Fair.
But
Who said all? I'm so weak.
but I just really like how Sasori's backstory shows us how this innocent kid and like the events of his life, his parents' death and whatever, slowly led up to him being this like psychopath fucking like obsessed with like being alive forever and like all these like twisted mentalities that slowly grew on him after everything that happened. And then also Chiyo just kind of having to like guide him through that and then ended up failing. But I don't know. I just think that his backstory is better written than Itachi's. And I'm like the biggest Uchiha fanboy ever. So it's not something
Even
that I would
bigger
say
than
lightly.
Sarakage?
Bro, Sasuke is Sasuke. No, Itachi's Itachi. That's why.
Right? You're not wrong.
Teebry's voice is so certain way for some reason.
My voice?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's quiet?
Turn up his
It's
volume.
just so sad.
Yeah, just-
Yeah, turn over. Yeah, all you have to do is go to his thing and turn up his volume.
Well,
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Co.hyuga, I like your profile pic.
Thanks.
All right. Anybody else want to talk about Sasori? Because I'm voting for Itachi as well. Let's be honest.
Nope.
No. All right. Let's vote. I vote for Itachi. Ko, who you vote for?
Hitachi.
Tachi.
Delix votes for Itachi. Animextra, who you vote for?
Itachi.
Oh, Sakura, who you vote for?
He's gone.
Alright. Zoid, who do you vote for?
Itachi.
Alright, so I'm guessing Teebry is the only one for Sasori, so you know.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my puppet boy.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough.
Puppet boy.
Alright,
So
next
fine.
matchup. This should be interesting. I'm really interested to see what everybody thinks about this one. We got Nagato's backstory versus Gaara's backstory. Very
Nagato.
dark backstories where a lot of death happens to both of them.
Nagato had a better story.
Yeah, I love Nagato's story. Matter of fact, I'm with Nagato until the end of this fucking tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lawrence is better though.
Oh, no.
Nah, I mean Gaara.
Nah, this is hard to be honest,
versus
because Gaara had a
Nagato.
really dark backstory.
They're basically
dark.
Nagato's is better though.
There's definitely a lot more to Nagato's than
Actually, no,
you
Gaara's,
gotta
but-
So
explain
I'll
why
use the
is
marking.
Nagato's better.
Okay, so Nagato. Okay, first of all, it's important. It's a very important backstory in terms of the story, but that's neither here nor there. I just really liked how Nagato, like it's kind of similar reasoning for Sasori, how we got to see like how he became Pain, like what the events were, all the tragic events that led him to become this like delusioned god of a character. And I just think that everything that he went through, like having to, like the whole thing with the Rain Village and how like they killed Yahiko and stuff like that, I just think that all of that was like super, super interesting. And then you even have like Jiraiya even like being intertwined with that and like the prophecy and stuff like that.
And
I
they
just
had
think that
to kill for food.
that's so much bigger than what Gaara went through.
What,
Not
hey,
because he's
Zoid,
one of the best characters. I think he's one of the best characters ever in fiction, in my opinion.
Nagato, yeah, Pain's like my favorite character.
He's the
Well,
best villain ever in Naruto.
I mean,
I think so too. I agree.
He's
He's
like
my-
confessing Naruto.
Zoid. What were you saying?
Was I saying something?
Yeah, you were talking about Nagato and Gaara. Where are you leaning on in this?
I was saying about Naruto, about this is where the Uzumaki was about to get extinct and that, and his mother, his father, and Naruto was quote unquote the last ones at the time. And then his mother and father sacrificed themselves to save their son.
Like, how can you not feel more for Nagato? Just saying.
Well, I definitely have some opinions on it, but
I felt bad for Nagato, man. Like, they had to still.
I feel bad for both of them. Like,
Yeah, no, definitely. Both of them had some shit childhoods, but like
Gaara's was more crazier. Like his.
I think Gaara's was from a writing perspective, I think Gaara's was simpler. More simple than Nagato's was.
Definitely.
Sakura, Ko, you
I'll
got
say
anything to say about
Nagato's.
this?
Alright, so like I was saying,
Even though
Nagato's is better.
Wait, hold on. Ko and Sakura, you got something to say about this?
How would you go
Nagato, 100% all the way.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Ko? What do you got to say?
even though I like Gaara more, I would definitely say Nagato definitely had like the better written backstory because like Teebry, right?
Yeah.
Pointed
Oh,
out.
you're going for the emo kid. I got you.
No, but like Teebry pointed out, like he had more. Nagato went. I wouldn't say he. Would you guys say he went through more, or just
No. I said like there's more involved in his backstory, but they equally
Mhm.
have like went through a crap ton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I appreciate the whole thing where like it's Pain's philosophy that makes him such a good character. Like his whole
yeah.
like war. I'm going to end wars by like breaking that cycle. So like you must know pain in order to stop it. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
that his backstory really illustrated why he feels that way. Whereas Gar's backstory just kind of told us why he was angry.
True.
Okay, fair enough. And I'm actually
And like the idea of like if everyone knows the same pain, they can come to an understanding, but it doesn't mean you will completely agree with them.
It's
I
like
love that.
it's like what happened with Gaara. He was like, okay, yeah, people tried to kill him, people hated him. So what he did was he's like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking kill everyone because I'm angry. But with Pain, it was like he kind of formulated this like plan and like really thought about everything that happened and figured out what he wanted to do.
Like a philosophy.
And if anyone brings it
Yeah,
up,
it was-
Nagato had his own goals. He was not being used by Obito. I have defended that.
Oh no,
Alright,
definitely.
No, I'm gonna say something regarding that. But
Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
I'm definitely gonna bring it up. Animextra, do you have any last things you want to say before we kind of end this debate?
You shall know real pain.
All right, that was very insightful.
Random.
All right, so if honestly, just to play devil's advocate here, really, if you look at both their backstories, there's a lot more involved in Nagato's backstory compared to Gaara's backstory because you got to see Nagato when he was a child, everything he went through to when he becomes like an adult pretty much. Whereas Gaara's backstory is kind of centered around him as a kid, and the next time we see him, he's still a kid, so there's not that much involved into it. But I definitely would say, like, if I'm talking about which backstory I like regarding, like, overall what was going on, I like how Gaara, everything, both of them made sense in a sense, but I will bring up the fact that, Obito and, to be honest, Black Zetsu were huge parts into kind of manipulating the scenes. Whereas Gaara, everything kind of happened pretty genuinely in this situation.
Because of Zetsu?
No. With Gaara? No. What are you talking about?
Right.
He wrote the
But does them manipulating what happened to Nagato make it less good of a backstory. Like
No,
like
I
the
mean, I'm saying they're both very good. They're to the point like they're very close. But if I'm looking at like small nitpicks, that is what I'm gonna put Gaara's backstory over Nagato's backstory. In this situation, I feel like it's more genuine considering the situation with the
Zetsu had
parallel.
nothing.
But Obito still had a huge part into kind of helping the Akatsuki being formed and everything, kind of steering Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan into this
Zetsu
situation.
came
honestly,
in
I
as
think that just
Obito.
makes Nagato's story better because it was like he got manipulated for what he believed in, and he still believed in it up until the end, and he didn't even know that he was being fooled.
Manipulated.
Yeah, and I think
Zetsu
that makes it even more interesting.
Zetsu and Obito technically came in when the Akatsuki were already formed by Yahiko. After it happened, Nagato took over, but then after that happened, then he finally joined with Obito. But in general, the Akatsuki was already formed before Zetsu ever came to be. You know, he just took advantage of them. But the creation of Akatsuki was not from him. It was already formed. He just jumped in and just did this and this. But the idea itself, like, he did not create the Akatsuki. That was all by
See, and I think that's a bit of a plot hole from Madara's end because
I made a
like
whole video of it. I made a whole
somehow
video.
Madara knew that all this shit was going to happen the way that it happened, which is kind of like a shot in the dark.
I mean, when in doubt, use Black Zetsu as a plot hole device. But overall, I'm gonna say I like the genuinity of that's not. I don't even think that's a word with Gaara's backstory, and considering he was a child as well.
Genuinity.
Considering he was a child as well when everything happened, and with how he was treated in the parallels with Naruto. Nagato's gonna win this, but I'm gonna give a good vote to Gaara and what he's been through and how everything turned out. All right.
They're both great.
So Nagato wins 6-1. Next backstory, we got Sai's backstory and Obito's backstory.
Obito, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Even
I'm
though-
voting for Obito as well, to be honest.
Dude, the way that he killed that Mist Ninja, oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
What's up, Puncher? Okay, all right. Now, Sakura, go ahead. Explain why you vote for Sai instead of Obito. Let's hear it.
Sai's backstory was natural and more interesting. Issue with Obito's backstory is that Zetsu manipulated the whole thing and kind of cheapens the story.
I don't think it does. I think characters being manipulated is kind of... I mean, you could say that Sai was also manipulated by Danzo, but that doesn't cheapen the story, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, but how it was executed, stating he manipulated Shinobi history, kind of like takes away the impact of the Rin story.
I mean, even if you look at it before the, Madara manipulation, like even before that, I still find it very interesting with how Obito was an Uchiha, he wasn't a prodigy, he wanted to become Hokage very much like Naruto. He had Minato as his teammate, he had Kakashi and Rin, and then the entire situation how Obito pretty much quote-unquote died, didn't really die, gave his Sharingan to Kakashi. I found all that interesting. And then after that, with the Madara manipulation, it went to a whole different level.
I kind of feel like Ren stuff should have been naturally instead of the twist. Oh, by the way, I'm the one that did it to you. I kind of wish Ren thing just happened naturally and it just wasn't planned by Madara.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I mean,
Like it's cool, but like I don't think it was needed.
that Ren was.
Rin had a massive
Well, how
plot.
was Ren gonna be?
I
in the
mean,
right
he needed-
situation?
Rin had a massive plot hole, though.
Madara needed a way to make Obito angry, though. Like,
I know, I get it. That's why I like it, but it's still kind of just. I really felt like Ren stuff should have happened naturally. Period. It just
right, but then Obito wouldn't have been able to, because Obito still would have been a good guy
or
if that
he
didn't
could take
happen.
advantage of the fact life messed him up, and he just brings him to the darkness.
Like you need a way how though.
Yeah, that was his way to make him say, "Oh, this world is fucking screwed up, so I'm gonna change it." But
How
other than
the-
that, he would have just wanted to go back to the Leaf Village. He would have
How
said,
the
"Okay, I'm
hell
all healed
do
up.
you
Send me
live,
back."
How the hell do you live from like your teens to your 20s and like never question the thought, hey, maybe Madara did it? Like, how did you never think about that? You just lived your
Yeah.
whole life with a lie. Like he never thought of it.
No, he knew that Madara was kind of manipulating him. That's why he
Yeah,
had a
but
backup
not.
plan.
Or no, yeah, but not his death. He was shocked.
I mean,
Silence again.
You remember Madara told Obito the truth, and Obito was like, "What? What?" He never knew. But like
I
I'm saying, how
mean-
come he never figured out? And within 20 years.
Because Madara's a genius, you know. Like,
No, that's just an excuse. Madara's a genius.
he is a genius. Like, who else got caught of Madara's plan?
there's no reason for him to think that Madara did it. He's seen
Yeah.
the he's seen the Miss Shinobi. He's seen everything.
I know. I just
Happening.
feel like it could have been executed
Okay,
better.
like you could say the same thing for Nagato. Like, how didn't he know that Obito was manipulating him the entire time? Like, there's
Yeah, I mean,
There's no-
like, like you could use headcanon and know that like Nagato knew that like he was being controlled using it, but at the same time he kind of like Sakagi thinks that Nagato like played the game like, hey, I'll obey, I'll take orders, but remember, I'm going to use the tail beast for something different. I'm just going to obey you for my own survival. That's what he said. I kind of think I thought about that, but because Kishimoto didn't explain it well, it's really hard to like put that together. It's headcanon.
I mean, with all that said, you know, Obito still, you know, won out at the end of the day. He
Yeah,
still
Obito's
got the
better.
Rinnegan. He still, you know, did his business, still revived Madara. It literally didn't make a difference. But, Sakura,
Wait, which one are we on?
Sakura, were you the only one who voted for Sai?
No, Sai's better. I choose Sai too.
Oh, we got another
voted for Sai.
Sin. Oh, Sai. All right, Animextra, explain yourself. Let's hear why you think Sai's backstory is better than Obito's.
One, I feel like it had more weight behind it. It fit better in the plot point that it was at. I feel like it was written better. Like, he was literally forced to kill the only person he had a bond to. That would put an emotional toll on someone and really
I
mess
mean,
with their...
so was Obito. He had to kill the person. No. I'm mistaken. Keep going.
Have to. He have to. He have
You're
that was really size.
Animextra, you're
Everyone's
cutting
cut
out.
now. Everything is cut. Everyone knows.
What happened?
Except Teebry.
I said Animextra, you're cutting out a lot.
I know. I don't know why. Is this better?
Corona. It's cause of Corona.
It's all because of the corona, bro. It's messing up everything.
It was messed with my wife for like 2 days ago.
Right. I mean, my internet disconnected twice today. I don't know what's going on. So you might have a point
Corona.
there.
Just a Corona.
All right. So overall, you know, let's Obito wins.
Oh, I didn't vote.
Oh, whoa, Ko. Sorry. Who do you vote for, Ko?
I like Obito's backstory more, but I'm compelled to vote for Sai, low key. I don't know.
Yeah, because Sai is better.
Well, nah, I vote for Obito.
Oh, man, you just ruined it. It
I
was
wouldn't
almost
say
a
I wouldn't say
4-5,
Sai's
4-3.
better, but like I do agree with what you were saying in the meaning part.
Okay.
Like Hugo was like, oh, Anime Extra chose Sai, so I'm choosing.
All right. So Obito squeaked by Sai. Now, all right. Last matchup of the second round. We got
Thank you.
Hashirama's backstory and Kakashi's backstory.
Wait, what's
Madara's
Madara's backstory? No one brought up
Kakashi.
Madara yet.
It's Hashirama, Madara. It's kind of intertwined.
Oh,
yeah, their backstory is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
sad. Did someone just open the liquor bottle?
All right. So which backstory is better? This is going to be interesting.
Hashiramas.
Kakashi.
Oh, let's hold on. Zoid, you said Hashirama?
Yeah.
All right, since you
I
seem
prefer
very...
Kakashi's. I prefer Kakashi's.
Zoid, since you seem very kind
Oh,
of
God.
like adamant about Hashirama, why don't you just explain yourself?
No, no.
Explain yourself.
What's that?
Kakashi.
You not explain. I'm trying to get my memory back up.
That is fair. Who said Kakashi? Who's the first one who said Kakashi?
Kakashi. I did.
All right, Teebry, go ahead. You know, explain Kakashi over Hashirama.
Okay, so here's the thing. You know how you were saying that Obito's backstory was cheapened by Zetsu?
Yeah.
Fair enough, but Kakashi also had a similar... I mean, their backstory is pretty intertwined, except on Kakashi's side of things, there's literally no one manipulating him. He just went through it. He just went through this shit. And the thing I really like about Kakashi's character, like as a whole, is just that he went through all this. Like everyone that he loved died, pretty much, right? Just
Yeah.
like every villain in Naruto.
He said that to Sasuke too.
Right. That, oh my god, that was one of the best scenes ever. Like,
He was like, Sasuke was like, "What happened if I went to go kill all your?"
yeah, he's like, "You're too late, kid." I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
goddamn."
Naruto and Kakashi are two different parts of the same being, which is pretty interesting. One fell in the darkness, one fell in light. Like Kakashi saw everyone
Right.
die, but he didn't give into it.
That's what I was about to say. Like Kakashi went through all this shit, but he's still like, he didn't turn into a villain like every other Bleeding Heart Naruto character did.
Obito had a huge part to make sure that Kakashi didn't end up that way, which is good.
Like Naruto was worried he was going to end up like Gaara if no one paid attention to him eventually.
Yeah, I mean Kakashi had to kill like the girl that he liked, so
technically Ren jumped in.
Her? Like, really?
I'm pretty sure
Kakashi liked Ren like that.
I don't think so.
I don't
He
know.
likes
Obito,
Naruto. He doesn't like the
Kakashi can literally get any girl in the series, bro. Like, the dude is handsome, bro.
Kakashi reads porn, but he doesn't make it.
He takes off that mask. Every person in that entire anime wants to be with him.
He kissed a girl with a mask on.
Yeah, that's weird. Kakashi got a weird fetish with that mask, bro.
So who won? Who won?
We haven't voted yet.
Sasuke won.
Oh, it's not that simple because people are saying Hashirama.
What about the ramen guy, man? The ramen guy had a good backstory.
I'll say Hashirama because the backstory of Madara versus Hashirama and the friendship they had was built more than Kakashi's backstory, though. It's like more historic.
Yeah.
See, but my problem with that is I didn't feel for them a lot because they're like dead, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think that kind of... So for like... I see what you're saying, Zoid, because it was like a very interesting backstory to see like how everything kind of started. You know, with the Elite Village, with Hashirama versus Madara. How battles happened back then, and the rivalry between the Senju and the Uchiha. Like, all of that was very interesting to see, and then, you know, how all the tailed beasts were just distributed. Again, Hashirama probably wasn't the smartest to, you know, give everybody tail beasts, but, you know,
he's just too nice. He spoiled his Tsunade.
Oh, yeah, the dude is way too nice, bro. Indeed. All right, let's. Anybody got any final words to say about this matchup?
Kakashi.
That's not.
Yeah,
that's not.
That doesn't count.
I'm sad that Madara didn't win.
It's Hashirama / Madara, so I mean, you can still talk about Madara for both of them.
It's like Sasuke and Naruto. How did they just tied actually?
What about Jiraiya's backstory?
I mean,
yeah.
Like,
I love his backstory.
What are you gonna talk about?
Yeah, he doesn't really have a backstory.
Yeah.
Like he traveled the world to get information, to try to find more knowledge, trying to find peace.
I mean, is that a backstory? Is just that stuff we know about Jiraiya? Like,
yeah, we weren't really. His Jiraiya's biggest part of Jiraiya's backstory was Pain's backstory.
yeah,
So
I agree.
Still,
True.
I like his backstory. Screw you.
All right, let's head into the votes. Zoid, go first.
Hashirama.
Hashirama. Co.hyuga, go ahead.
Kakashi.
Kakashi. And extra, go ahead.
Kakai Sensei. Kakashi.
All right, Teebry, go ahead.
Gonna have to go with the copycat ninja here.
Oh, fair enough. Sakura, go ahead.
Kakashi.
Kakashi. Delix.
Guy who reads porn.
Kakashi. All right. I'm going to give a vote to Hashirama, and Kakashi wins 5
Kakashi.
to 2.
Oh, each other.
Oh, these are the 4 best backstories we should all agree on to this one. So this should be very interesting. All right.
Oh, this is hard.
The semifinals. We got Itachi Uchiha's backstory with the annihilation of the Uchiha clan and the prodigy he is versus Nagato's backstory with the creation of the
The
Akatsuki
abandoned
and
Uzumaki.
the
Basically,
death of his parents and all
With the
that
Renegon.
stuff.
both of their clans was almost extinct.
All right, so who wants to start this off?
Nagito. I'll choose Nagito because the story's more.
All right, we
more
just
so
have a bunch of people talking.
Not me.
I
I'm
think
so not
Nagato's the best written, but that's just me.
I see Itachi for some reason.
I really like Nagato's backstory.
Saying Nagato's a shit.
Co.hyuga,
good
I'll let
backstories
you.
as
I'll
well.
let you start because we haven't heard you speak in a bit.
All right, between Nagato and Itachi, right?
Yeah, backstory.
Even though I do feel for Itachi's backstory a lot, especially with him having to, kill his whole entire clan,
Like you guys pointed out earlier, he could have found a different way out of it.
Hoodie.
I don't know exactly what exact way that could have been, that he could have done to figure out a way to get out of it. But I think Nagato had a lot more shit to just go through in general. I just think his backstory, I don't know, hit on a deeper level than Itachi's did. But maybe that's just me.
Hold on. I'll say this about backstories in general.
Mhm.
I find that the most interesting backstories is watching the rise of a villain, watching the creation of a villain. I think that is
True.
that is
True.
those are the top quality backstories.
Yeah, and I
I-
feel like just like what ko.hyuga was saying, Itachi's backstory is stoppable, and he could have found multiple other ways to not kill his clan.
I think he could have tried
harder.
Saying this, bro. I
No,
wanna
listen.
hear
Listen. Okay, I'll give you an actual reason. Put anybody else in that scenario. Put Naruto in that scenario. There's no way he's killing his family.
Because Naruto is not capable of doing any of that.
There is gotta be a way. Go to the
Even
Hokage.
Sasuke would
Talk
never
to
kill
the
his
third Hokage. Tell him what's
But it
going
starts
on.
with Itachi's first initial interaction with war. That's how he became a pacifist in the first place. So that's why he didn't want another war to break out. So he was scarred, and that's why.
Right, but the argument was, kill his family to stop the war between his family and the rest of the village. He stopped a war by killing half of the participants in it.
He did it for Sasuke because he said, "If you don't do it, we're gonna kill Sasuke too as well." So he saved Sasuke.
That's if they were even gonna win against the Uchiha clan.
I think they were gonna win against.
They were
Uchiha clan.
assuming.
I mean, unless they got the 9-10. Oh,
I don't know. The thing that I think is silly is that
Honestly,
he didn't want more death, but he killed half of the.
Said. He could have told the Hokage.
If a civil war
about it.
happened between the Uchiha clan and the Leaf Village, not only will all of them die, but all the other clans from outside the Leaf Village would get involved, so causing a huge war because the Leaf Village got weakened.
It was going to be the fourth war that happened.
Yeah,
I just feel like in the Naruto universe, it just seems very far fetched for a character to just go, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna kill all these guys instead of fighting for peace, I get that was for peace, the bigger picture, but it seems out of character even for Itachi to be yeah, okay, I'll kill them all instead of just actually trying to stand up to stop it in a better way.
I mean, like I said, I disagree with that just because you have to see the context of the situation, and when I look at the context of the situation, it made sense. The Uchiha clan they were isolated and they were feeling they wanted to do more and everything, so they wanted to set a coup, and if they did that, a huge war would have broken out. Itachi's a pacifist; he doesn't like.
See,
war,
but
doesn't like
why didn't Itachi go to his father and try to convince him to stop it?
He did.
And if not, why not just kill your father and then take over and stop it yourself?
Because everybody
I
else
think he
would have.
did that in the Itachi filler.
Nah, he could have stopped. The father was really the main victim of the coup d'etat.
No,
Didn't he
there was
say he couldn't defeat?
No, there was other people who wanted just as bad as Itachi's father.
Listen,
He coulda
all I'm
killed
saying
them. He
is
coulda
there's
killed
no
all
way
of them.
that
He coulda
killing
killed,
all of them
very
was the
little
only
Uchiha
way.
members and stopped it. He could have
Because
did that.
Danzo would have killed them all anyway.
But then he could have killed Danzo.
Yeah,
But then
Itachi's just that OP. He could kill Danzo.
If they killed
No,
Danzo,
because-
That part. If Sasuke
No.
killed Danzo, he could kill Danzo.
No,
Yeah.
because Hiruzen is not with Danzo.
But
He's
it
not
doesn't-
on that
But the
wave.
elders were with
He's
Danzo.
not. You could've-
The elders.
I
were with
think-
Danzo.
I think it would have stopped before it got bigger than it needed to get. If he didn't need to kill his old aunts and uncles and the people that couldn't fight, like he didn't need to kill all of them. There was
I think
no.
Obito did all that though.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
kills.
Obito kills Itachi's girlfriend.
No,
Yeah,
that was
Obito
still-
killed
Oh
all
yeah,
the
that is true.
Itachis.
Well, wait.
No, in the
This-
novel arc.
No,
Itachi
in the
did.
novel, it stated that he put his girlfriend under a genjutsu that like aged her,
lived her
so
whole
he
life
like
in a single
lived
second.
with her.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
talking about
wasn't
earlier.
talking
Yeah.
about that. I was just talking about Obito did like a lot of them more dirty work, and Obito
Well,
became
yeah,
a
he-
little
he
savage,
did
bro. That dude
Some
went
women.
from
I forgot
like
about that.
pacifist and then just started killing everybody, bro. Like seriously, Obito.
Yeah, but I still feel like Nagato's is better because Nagato, like, his whole backstory is basically I think it's just.
Yeah,
I
I'm with.
like the
I'm
rise
with
of a villain
Nagato
too. I like the
still.
rise of villains too. Like he was just an innocent child and he was thrown into war where his family was killed, and right when he got friends and like a field of feeling safe, they were killed too, and it drove him mad. I like that type of story. That's why I like Nagato's a little bit better than Itachi's.
I like both stories. Don't get me wrong. Itachi's one of my favorite characters, but I think that Nagato is just much more compelling, like in general.
I would agree with what you said before, Teebry. Like the rise of villains tend to be like better backstories in general. But if I'm looking at the like when Itachi's backstory was revealed, making a huge twist in the Naruto verse, and I have to look at that and like how that kind of changed Sasuke and looking at the totality of all that.
Well, Nagato's story kind of changed Naruto as well.
Did it? No.
Yeah, I'd
I
say they
mean,
both have a huge
it's-
impact on the story
They
overall.
both had a huge impact because Naruto's speech and
Nagato's
everything after
backstory
that.
had no effect on Naruto. Nagato's speech had effect on Naruto more so.
Right, but his speech was created by his backstory.
Yeah,
But like
His
the
ideology
entire
came from his
backstory was
backstory.
told to Sasuke. That's different.
All right, so who won?
Well, we haven't voted yet.
I know. I'm aware of this.
All right.
All right, let's vote then.
I know. I'm aware. We've been talking about 20 minutes.
All
I
right.
think we
So
can on like an hour.
all right. So let's go to the votes. Anybody have any final comments with this matchup?
Choji is underrated, man.
True.
Who?
Choji.
Who?
Come on, man. He worked hard just
Choji.
like Lee.
We don't talk
he
about
did a-
Choji.
No, Choji, man.
Make a video on him.
All right. So final comments done. Let's go through the votes. Sakura, go first. Who you vote for?
I'll
Nagato.
say Itachi.
What? All I heard was Faceako.
You said Itachi or Nagato?
Itachi.
Itachi. Okay. Gotcha. All right. co.hyuga, go ahead.
Nagato.
Nagato. All right. Go ahead, Delix.
Pain.
All right. Go ahead, Anime Extra.
Nagato.
Nagato. Go ahead, Zoid.
Ichigo.
Ichigo.
His mother died, man.
What?
Give him a...
I can't even pronounce the name anymore.
Nagato, Ichigo.
I'm guessing the Itachi, right?
Yeah, the Uchiha.
All right, Itachi, and I will vote for Itachi, and then Teebry tiebreaker.
You know I'm voting for Pain.
Nagato
Yes!
has won, and he moves on.
Pain's
to-
the best character in
Came
Naruto.
from?
I mean, we already did that
That's where
tournament,
Ichigo
and
from
Itachi
another
won,
anime.
so we got to say Itachi's the best character in Naruto.
No, Pain. Fuck you.
But
Whoa.
Itachi won. We already did this.
Whoa.
Chill.
Meant to use censor there. I can't say much. Just
Censor compared to
earlier.
This is a really weird matchup because we're basically fighting over the same backstory here.
That is very true.
Itachi's
Obito's
is a little bit
backstory and
more-
Kakashi's backstory, but Obito's rise to become a villain, Kakashi's rise to become the man he becomes as a sensei.
The anti-hero versus the hero.
Kakashi's not really an anti-hero. Or are you talking about Obito?
I
Kind of
an
I think he
in
was
a
talking
way,
about
but not
Obito.
really.
Yeah, Obito's not an anti-hero.
I'll say
either.
Obito.
So who won? Did
It's
we vote yet?
basically the whole Shippuden series.
Zoid, you
Kakashi's
Obito?
a little bit better though.
Yeah, it's basically the whole Shippuden series.
This is weird.
This is interesting.
Oh,
Like up to a certain point, they have the same backstory up to a certain point.
Obito
Yeah.
started the Fourth Ninja War because of Rin.
Well, the
well, that's not entirely because of Rin,
The
though.
ultimate
Yeah,
simp.
that's a simplification.
The ultimate simp.
All right,
I
let's. I mean,
basically-
if you got to look at the differences between their
And he hated
backstories, like
Uchiha. He
what are the differences? Where does the differences put you between the two?
Well, one of them liked Rin, and that's what kind of affected
Well,
their
apparently
backstory. One of
Kakashi
them.
liked Rin. I still don't know about that.
What?
No, Kakashi never.
No,
liked
he
her.
didn't.
I mean, that's what people are saying.
That's what
I
I've
think-
heard that too.
I
He's
think
gay.
Rin, if anything,
Leave him
liked
alone.
Kakashi. I don't
Yeah,
He's
think
like
Kakashi
Kakashi
liked
liked
her.
Kakashi.
There, it was never stated he had any feelings toward her.
Not even once. Just because he's traumatized from killing her doesn't mean he likes her.
True, that's not even the same.
True.
That's why he's never acted as shown.
Man, I love you, Rim, but I gotta put lightning. Okay.
Kakashi or Obito?
Obito.
We got one person for Obito.
2 people for Obito. I'm in.
Kakashi.
For Obito. One
Oh,
person
really?
for Kakashi. Kakashi had the entire like how he prodigy stuff, and he joined the what are they
Right.
called? I forget what they're called.
What if her
Yango?
never
Ambu
existed?
Black Ops.
Ambu, yeah. he-
Ambu Black
the
Ops.
entire
I forgot
Ambu,
about them.
I thought he said
Obito,
Call of Duty Black Ops then.
Ambu Black Ops. And we got 2 for Obito, 1 for Kakashi. I'm very conflicted as well. Who else
It's
has
not-
voted?
Easy.
It is really not.
co.hyuga hasn't voted. co.hyuga, what are you going for?
I'm unsure.
So I haven't voted. Ko hasn't voted. Teebry hasn't voted. One more person
No,
hasn't voted.
no, yeah, I voted. I voted for Obito.
Oh, Teebry has voted. So Sakura, you haven't voted, right?
Kakashi.
Oh,
Yes!
yes. For Kakashi.
Oh,
So Ko
no.
hasn't voted. I haven't voted. Delix hasn't.
They
voted.
they kind of live the same life though, so it's really hard to choose.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
The only thing that tips me in Obito's direction here is because I like villains better than heroes.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
say Kakashi because I like the fact. I mean, I don't like the fact, but like he thought everybody died. You know, Minato.
Lately in
Rin,
Shonen, villains are
Obito.
becoming more better. than
Also, it hits
heroes.
more. It hits like his backstory hits more because he was a main character.
Was he?
I'm gonna go with Kakashi.
I mean, I cared for Kakashi more than Obito.
So Delix and Ko.
Kakashi.
You guys are left. Oh,
Uh,
did we just figure out the winners,
shoot.
Ko? Who would you have voted for?
If you choose Obito, I'm deleting your channel.
I like Kakashi way more than Obito, but I have to say Obito in terms of backstory.
Obito's
Aw.
backstory has
You bitch.
lost. And Kakashi.
Okay.
And Nagato. So I definitely saw Kakashi's backstory, getting this.
Oh,
far.
it's a good one.
But this is the finals, people. This is to take all the cookies and all the trophies. The
I've
best
seen
backstory in
Nagato's.
Naruto. We got Nagato / Pain in one corner, and we got Kakashi in the other.
Nagato.
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 I don't think this is debatable.
I mean,
Yeah, he kind of
I mean,
I would choose
kind of
Kakashi.
stomps in the air.
I
Dang,
love
y'all ain't even give
but-
Kakashi. Y'all ain't even give Kakashi a
I
chance.
go for Kakashi.
I vote for
Yeah,
Kakashi.
me too. I want
Can,
Kakashi to win.
man.
I like Kakashi.
Yeah, you can. Because, I mean, Nagato being his rise to a villain's great, but I like Kakashi's rise to becoming who he becomes better.
But Pain is probably the best villain out in
It's like
Naruto.
Pain is
parallel. It's like parallel
top
stories.
5
Honestly,
best written characters in Naruto.
Yeah, yeah.
I
would say Kakashi's
think-
the top 5 best written character as well.
I think that the entire Pain arc is a work of art. That is like
Thank
top
you.
tier.
Thank you, Kishimoto.
Yeah, I
Keep
love-
that
true.
art.
It's almost
It
it's
is.
almost as good as the it's almost as good as the Sabasa arc.
Like I think the Pain
What?
arc doesn't
I
even
think-
belong in Naruto.
The
Like compared to everything else. Like
Like-
that is like
like-
Full
like,
Metal Alchemist
honestly,
Brotherhood
To
level.
be honest, Pain's character and his arc and the whole, I agree with you. Like, it didn't really seem like the same series anymore. A little bit, like the Pain arc with its writing, it just felt different than anything Kishimoto's ever done.
Yeah, like the music of it felt different. The whole atmosphere of it like felt.
Dude,
like it was
Pain and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood would have been.
He would have been probably the second strongest character in that series.
Second, like, well, father can create a whole son. And,
Yeah, so
spoiler.
I think there's
Yeah,
no question
dude.
who's the first one.
Wasn't Edward able to beat father?
Plot kind of helped him, I guess.
Spoilers.
Yeah, plot. Yeah, because then father literally destroyed the whole world, but then he didn't. Because I remember in that one episode.
I'm not gonna lie. At the very end of Full Metal
I've
Alchemist,
never watched.
that's when it became a little bit too.
Brotherhood gets so
you
hyped
haven't
by the end,
watched
like
Brotherhood?
father nearly kills the whole planet, and then
There's a lot of stuff
Sacrifice.
that happened. You gotta watch it. But you said, you haven't watched FMA Brotherhood.
No, he hasn't.
I have
All
not.
right,
He started Dragon Ball.
get out of here.
Get out.
Yeah, dude.
The number
My
one
favorite color.
rated anime in Mal, bro.
Bro, it's so good. You have no idea how good it is.
It is very
Really?
good. It
is like
Lost is my favorite character.
god tier.
Lust is
yeah,
good.
freaking.
Oh, it's
FMA
definitely
Brotherhood
God
is my
tier. It's like
favorite.
top
Yeah, but Lust-
3.
Not saying
When Lust died, that was like a really good death.
Greed dying was good. Oh no, let's stop. He's gonna.
Greed was sad, dude. Greed should have lived. Greed should have
No,
lived.
let's relax.
No,
Let's relax.
no.
Let's relax.
Hello.
Co.hyuga needs to watch the anime. Let's relax.
He's watching Dragon Ball. Sorry.
I don't mind spoilers.
What, Dragon Ball,
Fine.
Dragon Ball
Nah,
Super, Super.
I mean, I
Like-
think you should watch FMA. You know, you can always come back to Dragon Ball later.
You're watching Dragon Ball like
I
for the
was-
first time?
Yeah, I like started it. I'm like
Wait,
10
like
episodes in.
Dragon Ball Z, or Super?
Like just Dragon
He's
Ball.
watching original Dragon Ball
Oh.
without any Super Saiyans. That's crazy. I couldn't do it.
Dragon Ball
Okay,
so long.
yeah.
I
FMA
read
Brotherhood
it,
is
so
What is it, like bad or something? What's the deal?
It's complicated, but it just, to me, I felt like Dragon Ball Z doesn't hold after all the
No,
other
I didn't say
shonens we
Dragon
got.
Ball Z. I'm watching like just
Hey,
Dragon
I
Ball.
remember seeing a YouTube poll where it was like, what's
Dragon Ball
better,
GT,
Avatar
so
or Dragon Ball?
passing on-
And it was
Wait,
50-50.
Who likes
What
Dragon Ball
Avatar?
GT?
Oh, I haven't watched original Dragon Ball, but I can't see that being better than Avatar. I'm sorry.
What?
But,
Dragon Ball?
What's
yeah.
Dragon Ball GT?
Wait,
No, I'll tell you. Like, someone did a YouTube poll and it was like, what do you guys think? And it said Avatar
Who
and
won the
Dragon Ball, and
tournament?
they were both
Wait,
50-50.
guys.
Nagato won.
And
the
it says
tournament.
that Avatar has better story,
Wait.
but Dragon Ball has better fight scene.
wait, guys.
Yeah.
Are we finishing the tournament? Like we just got into a whole.
I mean, Nagato. It seemed pretty clear that Nagato. Won.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
a
I
lot
was
of people
about to
wanted
say,
to
we
vote
need
for
to
Kakashi.
End that part off.
Best character.
Is Itachi.
See, my favorite character in Naruto is Sasuke. But
It is.
yeah. But looking at it from like an outside perspective, I think that Nagato is the best written character in the series.
Well, y'all should have
No,
voted for
T-Bry,
Nagato.
T-Bry, the
Then.
ramen guy has the best.
I did.
I forgot what happened, to be honest. So
I kind of,
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
don't.
I don't think there was not a single one I didn't vote for Nagato.
Itachi
RTL,
won.
Fate, you missed one character for the backstory. You missed the ramen guy's backstory.
Right. The backstory of how he.
Hey, wait, hold up. Did I
ramen
just
shop.
hear my video playing?
The backstory for the
I
ramen
just
guy
stopped
is the
like
best.
2 hours ago. No, like
Sometimes, sometimes I believe sometimes I feel like Pain shouldn't even belong in the Naruto universe. Like I feel like he's too good for that.
Let's go to his old
Yeah.
videos.
I still like
Go to
Naruto.
T-Bad's old videos and threw in his
No,
makeup
I'm saying
pads.
like I feel like the idea of Pain. I kind of feel like he's too good to be in Naruto. I feel like take him
Dang,
from like take him from another universe and put him to
Hey,
another universe.
Kishimoto, you fucked up by making a great character.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying taking
It
like
was
the
the same
writing.
You know
the
what?
writing-
It would have been.
First slog.
What were you saying?
Wait, did you go to my videos and hit oldest?
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right. So, it seems pretty clear that Nagato has the best backstory of Naruto, apparently, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Besides the ramen guy, which you guys forgot.
I said. Funny thing is, I was in my other Discord with just my friends, and I told them that I was about to go do this, and they said, "You know what? I think Nagato is gonna win." And I came here and I made it happen.
You fixed it.
Honestly, like,
So
if we look at Nagato's road to victory, like, where is he at? Right here. 7-0, 6-1 against Gaara. This was a little
The
bit closer.
hardest one was probably Itachi's. Yeah.
Yeah. Tachi 4-3. And then beating Kakashi 5-2. So, yeah. Nagato has been decided by us as the best backstory of all time in Naruto.
And Kishimoto peaked at the pain arc.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was a war
All right. Any
It felt like
final
they were just
thoughts?
adding shit to
Final things to say about this tournament?
Shinron Tensei.
Just out of curiosity, which Naruto ones have you done? Because you said this is the last Naruto.
Yeah,
Tournament,
so
right?
we done Naruto best character. Yeah, this is the last Naruto. We done Naruto best character, and that was Itachi. We done
Right.
best female Naruto character. That was Tsunade.
Yeah.
We done the
Wow.
backstory. We
How
done
was
best
Tsunade the
Naruto
best character?
fights.
Oh.
And
Hey,
I forgot who won. I think Naruto versus Pain won. if I-
Hey,
Really?
I
Yeah, it was
think
Naruto
so.
versus Pain that one.
Yeah, I think Naruto versus Pain won the best Naruto fight.
hey, Faith,
Huh.
have you done
I was
arcs?
in that one. I was in that one for sure.
Ooh. I mean, from what we've been talking about, I think we know who's gonna win that tournament.
Which tournament?
Best
Really?
Naruto arcs.
I was in the other tournament, but I was
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah,
And I had my mic
considering
muted.
a certain arc has been praised all tournament, I think we
It
know who's gonna win.
for me it definitely it comes down to the pain and the tuning exams.
Yeah,
I like
I agree.
the
I feel
Sasuke
like that would
retrieval
be-
arc the most.
You
Oh
said
yeah,
what?
that's a dope one too.
I like the Sasuke retrieval arc the most.
All
Like out of
right.
any arc, even more than the pain arc. I like that arc.
Ooh,
It's a
okay.
really I see that. It's a really
All
good one.
right.
I mean,
We can
from
do-
a fan's point of view and from Kishimoto's point of view, he tried his best at any other arc in the pain arc at best.
I think the first series, like the first 27 volumes, had better arcs than Shippuden, just in general.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like Shippuden's 2 arcs weren't bad or anything. It just they didn't have a lot of like the same hype or the same feeling.
I like the
Yeah.
war arc. I wasn't a
The
huge
main
fan
arc
of.
was the only good arc in Shippuden.
All right, wait, we gotta close this. But I like that Naruto
Oh,
arc
shoot.
idea, so we're gonna do that. I actually
Alright.
do. I feel like that's gonna be very interesting.
Hey, I got a
Oh,
question.
okay.
Is Sasuke going to try to fight Itachi? Was that an arc or is that just a character?
That's
Okay.
part of
Okay.
the pain arc. Actually, it's
No,
called the.
Yeah,
Pro-
yeah.
and,
People like to separate them, but it's in the
yeah.
pain arc. People say it's for Sasuke.
No,
not
it's
fighting
actually
Itachi.
called the prophecy and revenge arc or something. It includes both Pain and Itachi
Oh
as
my
like.
But
the
it
God.
still
final
How
takes
two
is
place
that
bosses.
within the
so
pain arc.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's
no,
the
like
same- it's the same arc.
Something.
it's like how people say, the Kagi arc, but technically it's still part of the war arc. It's like that.
All right.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, this has been the best Naruto's backstory. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure you check out the podcast and all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, stuff, all that stuff. Great things.
Subscribe to me.
Subscribe to all their channels. Their link will be in the description
Subscribe
below.
to Teebry. He's a god.
I am
Go
here.
to his
True.
old videos as well. Go to his old videos.
Everybody
No,
here
don't do
makes
that.
great videos, so subscribe to all their channels. So this has been your boy RTL Faith. This has been Kickback Anime Discussions. We will see you guys next time with the best Naruto arc tournament. Peace out.
Not our last.
So that arc is actually called the Masters